All right, should be recording now. So let's not close that. And let's open a new tab. Let's dive into my MLSP. Open up all the tabs here we're going to need, I'm sure. Facebook and blog. Let's log in. Okay, I know some of you guys just, I can see on this call, just actually got into MLSP. So even you guys, if you're, don't be afraid to type in the question box a question you may have as you're going through this setup process. All right, I'm going to dive in now, see what we got here. Okay, the first question is, I want to entice someone to join my business. What is something I can give them for free or low cost? Okay, so you're saying you want to be able to offer, you're going to have to tell me yes or no on this. You're saying that you want to offer like what I do, my Facebook course, for free if they join. Is that what you're saying? Okay, all right. First, I would ask yourself, I mean, you've done a lot, Brandy. I know that you've definitely are doing a lot of video marketing, which I think is great. By the way, I don't know if you guys know, some of the things that I have assigned, people on my team. Brandy happens to also be in my primary business, an assignment, and that's challenging them every single day to put out a piece of content. She's chose to do video marketing every single day. So that's her way of getting out to people and getting the exposure that she's looking for, and hopefully getting people to get into the primary business with her or into MLSP. So, Brandy, I would take what you have done so far and maybe offer, you'd be surprised, maybe offer that kind of training, to show them how to, do videos on YouTube every single day, how to optimize it to where it's SEO optimized. If you don't know how to do that, I mean, I can easily show you how to do that. You can always leverage me. That's the key. You can always leverage me out. Tell them that I can do, I've told the whole team that that they can say, you can get 4 weeks of 30-minute coaching sessions with Michelle once a week. Always leverage that, guys. Leverage me as the leader, the partner that you've partnered with, and, let's run with that. If it's just coming down to you, happen to see that, that the make or break deal of this would be, hey, you can get Michelle's Facebook course. I don't want to offer that to everybody, guys, but if it's just a make or break deal, I think I would rather be on the call with you to be able to fill them out and offer that. But the coaching for sure, just, double check with me. I can let you know. I mean, if I can always say, hey, I'm completely booked out. Like I just, one of the things I offered, guys, is, this is a great example, is, I did a little quick video, a little Jing video on a webinar, not a webinar, but a 5-minute little video, and showed, I said, for the next 3 people that join me in my primary business, they're going to get, this, and this, one-on-one coaching. And I did. I mean, yesterday, I'm still doing it, but I sat on the call, sat on the phone with them for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, got on Skype, went over their screen, went step by step. Still got one more I got to do for sure. But that's the things that you can offer, and I'm more than willing to do that. Leverage Ray, too, as far as his training goes, Brandy. Also, our mastermind group, while, a lot of people... Can I get the link for the webinar? Did Dean get on? Let's see. Make sure he's on. Nope, I need to give him the webinar. Hang on, I just got sidetracked here. Leverage our little group here. Not this one, but the one in copy our Numis group right here. Leverage this. This is big. A lot of people, get into a business and they're lost. They're hearing crickets. They don't have any support from them upline. Tell them we have a private mastermind group you're going to plug them into, and also in Ray's group. So those are the kind of things you want to talk about. But it's all about leverage mainly. Leverage the team for sure. And if you guys also have questions, you're in here on well, actually just go to my fan page and you can ask some questions on here too. Okay, good. Dean's getting on there, it looks like. All right, so yeah, if you're on here and you're not in any of the private mastermind groups of mine, just go ahead and ask your questions here also. It'd probably help me out than trying to scroll through all these. So hopefully that helps you out some, Brandy. Let's go to the next one. I just got my lead capture page set up today. Okay, that's awesome. So what he's talking about here is he's an MLSP and he's got his lead capture page, I'm assuming, one of these set up today. Now, let me just go over something if you guys haven't gotten this far. I've said this in the past, but if you are doing, here I am in MLSP under my websites, there's system campaigns right here. This shows several of them. I mean, there's like maybe 20 something here. These are great, but I would not use these as your primary way to recruit people and generate leads because, a lot of these are done by other leaders in MLSP, Rob Four, myself, Ray Higdon, Toby and Layla, Casey Everhart, I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones in here. So what to me, I love these guys, but my thoughts are if you're offering it out, I mean, it's okay to offer mine. This one's mine right here because I'm on your team. But, my thoughts on this is if you're sending out David Woods, Beach Bum Networker as your capture page, the only problem with that is they're going to start to fall in love with David Wood and want to join him in his business quite possibly. It's just something you might want to keep at the back of your mind, and that's why I don't do that. I'd rather be the leader myself. So that's why I go in here and I actually go under campaign management right here, and I create my own custom campaign. Now, we've done these enough during the week that I think we should just point something out to you guys real quick. If you really want to customize it, and I highly recommend it, but I don't for you guys that are just starting out. When you're just starting out, I always say go with the free presentation one. There's nobody's video on it. It's not Norbert's video. It's not Brian's video. It's not somebody else's video. It's that Imagine one that sounds like, it's coming out in the movie theater or something. So that's always the best one to start with. But when you get comfortable, I would love for you guys to get in there and create your own campaign right here on the right and customize it with your own video. So let me see. I think it might be this one that's customized. I don't think this one is. But what you would do is once you created a campaign, you would come in here in the back because it opens up a new little section back here and you can customize it back here. So this particular campaign, I could come in here and change this title to say Attention Network Marketing Reps. Right? I mean, you can leave that. That's fine. You can come in here and change this wording by typing it here in the box. Like I've put Busy Mom of Two, uses one simple system. Let me see if I have one actually if I can remember any of them. Partner with Michelle.com. There we go. Can't believe I guessed it on the first try. Here's an example of one that I customized myself. So I said, seriously, stop struggling now. All I did is I changed the title here. Busy Mom of Two discovers a simple system you can start using right away to generate more leads, position yourself as a leader, create immediate fast cash flow, and build your primary business on autopilot. All I did was change this wording right here, okay? Right here, right now it's the free presentation video. Instead, I uploaded a video into MLSP, which you can do under your content right here, under videos. It's just, you upload it to YouTube first, then you tell MLSP where it's at, and then they get it over here, and you just replace your own video. You'll have an option to pick because you'll see it there because you'll have named it. And you can put it right there. You just pick it, and that's what I did right there. Then you come down here, and I don't think I changed any of that up, but I might have. I'm not real sure. And, oops. You come in here, and, there's this one particular one I can't because I don't have it. But you can also put in your own welcome page video. A welcome video in here, which I've done that before. We can see if this one actually does that. Let's see, test. Instead of going directly to the sales video, you know, where you see the introduction to MLSP and what it can do for you. You know, it says test. If my name were Test, you know, it would say, Michelle, welcome to Internet Marketing Success with Michelle. Thank you for subscribing. Watch this video first. And I'll just be welcoming them, telling them. Actually, I don't know why this video is on here. It looks like the information blueprint, Mark Overson or something. That's weird. You know, and it's welcoming them and telling them what they're going to get when they get over to the next page, which is your sales page. So that's how you can customize it. If you guys didn't know that, it's a great little touch to add to it. It's stepping up your game. It's branding yourself. It's giving you a chance to really stand out as a leader. So if you guys, you know, want to dive into something new, I highly suggest you do that, but don't let something like that bog you down. Make sure that you've got something running at least right now, and then go in and, you know, tinker with trying to customize something yourself. All right, let's go back to where we were at. All right, what is a great MLSP campaign that I should use to set up on a blog to capture leads? Okay, good question. One of the things that I used in the very beginning, and what she is talking about, is if you go to a couple of places, if you're here on my fan page, there's a couple of them here. Okay. Let me back up a second. If you do not have the platinum membership, okay, let me back up. If you have the platinum membership with MLSP, which is the $90-something a month, you do, oh goodness, you do have templates that you can use to create landing pages on your fan page. And you can customize those too. Let me authenticate this. See if I've got one customized. I may have... let's see, free training. Let's see if that's it. All right, yeah. So this is a customized one that I used when I first started out with MLSP. I liked it. I just decided, you know what, I'm going to pay the $100 a month. It's worth it to me. You know, to do it, I'll just get more people in MLSP to make up for it. It made me work harder. You know, so, you know, I use this one, and look, I was able to customize the words in here, just like I did those other words. I'm a busy mom of two who discovered a simple system you can start using right away to generate leads. This is something I use. So if you have a platinum membership, that is going to be underneath my website's MLSP Facebook applications. Now, I am working with Facebook, with MLSP right now to get all of our system campaigns, to get them assigned an actual landing tab, which would be really cool. So that's one option. Brandy, I don't know if you have that. The other option would be to go ahead and I would say create one off of that. Let's see what I have. I mean, the Facebook training is going to convert for you. You got to remember, I mean, that's mine. Maybe you want to share something, your friend, partner, you know, whatever. But this one right here, no, that's my Facebook course. So this landing tab right here goes to that system campaign, the social media insanity that I was talking about under system campaigns. When I said, guys, think about if you're going to use one of these as your capture page, you know, think about who your, you know, competition is going to be. But if you choose mine, that's what this one is here. So they're opting in to that actual webinar here in MLSP, Social Media Insanity. Facebook's hot. I mean, if you're generating leads on Facebook, I've gotten a lot of great feedback, guys. Maybe you guys have already seen it and you know what's in it. This is a great way to generate leads. You can put this on there. You know, I put this picture here. You can use a different kind of picture. Just be creative in what you're writing. That's a great one to start with. If you don't want to use that, the only other option I would consider is doing something customized on your own. And I can show you one that I did for Darren over the weekend. And let's see, that's not Darren's. And it's taking forever, Darren. Okay. Oh, am I already on it? No? Oh, you can't? Oh, I lost internet connection. I don't know why this computer does that. Am I back? It's connecting to audio.
I can see audio connection lost.
Okay.
Now, you still see Darren's.
I know, it's not working. We've got like, our internet keeps going in and out. I don't know what's going on.
Organizer experiencing technical.
You're connected to audio. Can you hear me? It says you can hear me. Oh, hang on. Oh, y'all can hear me? Okay, thanks, Bill. All right, I'm going to have to check my internet connection today, see what the heck's going on, because this is happening a lot. All right, I knew I lost connection because Bill's sitting next to me, so you guys don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. He's letting me know. Okay, so this is the one I did for Darren this weekend, Brandy. It's Stop Struggling, and this is connected to the free presentation campaign. So here we go. You know, he did his own video in here, but you can just do, you know, the generic one in there. But this is what we did for him this weekend. And we put an opt-in form on here. This is the one I always suggest, because what you're doing in Facebook is you're helping people discover how to generate leads online. This is what people want. This is the kind of information. Just remember that what you're selling at first is MLSP. You're selling a system. You're selling a solution. You're letting people become aware of MLSP as an attraction marketing tool to start generating leads online. And that's where you're going to start getting leads, is once people realize that there is something better, something easier out there that they can use to take a shortcut, to make their life easier, to take all the technical work out of the equation. It's right there in MLSP. So that's what I would suggest, is run with one of those. And let's see. Okay, should I use the default autoresponder with MLSP or set up the Aweber? Absolutely set up your Aweber. The reason why that is because if you use the default autoresponder, what somebody's asking here is if in MLSP, if somebody were to actually opt in to one of the capture pages that you have out there, the lead is definitely, I mean, it's going to go into MLSP here, but if you don't have it connected to an autoresponder, which I can show you right here real quick, you don't necessarily own the lead. So if MLSP were to just crash and go away, you've lost all your leads. So you want to connect it to Aweber. So this is my MLSP one. This is how it's connected. And the great thing is also is they give you a little code to preload all the messages. So when somebody opts in, they're receiving all this that MLSP has already written, and it's branded to you. It's offering training. It's giving them advice on how to build a business online. They're being entertained, and the good thing is you're helping them, all right, guys? Secondly, you're also, since you own this list, you can communicate with them now. So there's many times where I just throw out an email twice a day. Typically, I email my list twice a day, and you know, you can see that this has nothing to do with MLSP, but I'm giving them a Facebook trick. This was actually one of the blogs. Did I cut out again?
Say something.
Hello. I can say it says you are now connected to audio. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're gonna have to like reset our computer.
Your audio connection has been lost. Attempting to reconnect now.
All right, it's connecting.
What if it's just me?
I don't know. No, because it's saying connecting to audio right now. You're connected to audio. Can you hear me?
The organizer is experiencing technical difficulties unless the organizer rejoins.
Can you guys hear me? If you can, raise your hand. Okay, no, you can hear me. All right, so back to what I was saying is if you own your list, it's important to set up Aweber, because like just all these emails that I've sent out, contest update, I'm talking about what's your excuse. This was my most recent blog I wrote. So it's important to set up Aweber so you can communicate with your list. I communicate with my list twice a day, typically, or at least once a day, morning and afternoon. And they know I'm around. They know I exist. They know that I'm providing training. So it's important to, yes, set up Aweber so you own your own list, and you can actually still communicate with them by clicking broadcast and sending them a quick email, and it's shooting out to your entire list right away. So hopefully that answers that question for you. Okay, I used Dagan's template with the opt-in going to MLSP intro page. Scott, can you provide that link so I can look at it? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. My husband just asked, what does MLSP stand for? All right. Yeah, Scott, provide that for me so I know what you're talking about exactly. If somebody was asking, you might have been answering, what they do for the opt-in. And I forgot to address that, Brandy. As far as on a blog, also, I would, let's see. I bet I just lost connection. Can you hear me?
Huh?
Okay, cool. On the blog, I actually have, I used to have Dagan's offered. I think that for your blog, same thing. I put my Facebook one here. Brandy is what I did. This is what they're opting into, the 86-minute webinar. Same thing. Just do the same thing that you're doing on, your fan page also. If you're going to do the free presentation, just put a little snazzy headline here as the opt-in offer on your blog. All right, so sorry I forgot to address that. Let's see. Okay. Everybody can hear me. Where do I get the code for the messages? Okay. All right. So in MLSP, somebody's asking, where do I get the code to load the messages into their Aweber account? If you go into account and you go under my autoresponders, there will be a place that says, click here to toggle the instructions. And these are all the instructions you need to set up Aweber, and the code is right here. But there's videos right here. I mean, look, great for people with short attention spans like me, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. I mean, it'll take you 30 minutes to set this up. That's all you got to do. And it's important that you actually go through this because there's some important settings. As you can see, they even tell you it's very important. Some global settings that you have to make sure is set, or it's going to look like it's not real. It's going to not show that it's coming from you, and just some other crazy things. And they give definitions on what those things mean. So that's where that is. It's under account and autoresponders. All right, where did my questions go? Here they are. Nope, that's not them. And that's not them. And that's not them. Hey, where in the world did they go? Questions. That's so weird. There they are. All right. Okay, let me highlight this. I don't even know if I can. SecretSystemTeleseminar.com. SecretSystemTeleseminar.com. Okay, I see what you're saying. That's a great idea. Okay, I don't know if you guys are in the Dagan Mastermind. I'm in there, and a lot of you guys on my team are in there also, because I highly recommend Dagan when it comes to marketing. Somebody asked me one time, how is Dagan different than Mark, and why are they both your mentors? And I'm like, Mark's about direct response and kind of like closing and things like that is where I've learned from. But then you've got Dagan, who's like king of marketing. If you want to step your marketing game up to the next level, that's why I've, tied myself or locked arms with Dagan, because he's got some crazy, crazy marketing strategies, and he's so dang transparent when he, shares his results. But so this is a Dagan style capture page, very simple. And what I think this was Scott's, basically showing this free video, discover a simple formula to generate more leads, put thousands in your pockets, build your MLM business. Oh, look, there's Mark Hoverson calling now. Without prospecting, closing, what do I hit? Ignore. Okay. Buying leads, chasing family, friends, or getting rejected ever again. Enter your email. And what this does is it goes to, and I'm going to do this, .com. This is going to go to his sales page, to MLSP. And that's really cool, guys. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, that probably does not, this is going to go straight into his Aweber, I bet. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So the bad thing about this is if you're like me and you want to get on the leaderboards and all that fun stuff in MLSP, you're not going to show up as leads generated within the system. So not that that really matters. I'm all about conversions. I mean, I can produce leads all day long, but if you're not, if I'm not getting signups or converting, that's really what's most important. But it's just fun to let it go through here. So that's where his head's to, and that's really awesome. But this is kind of Dagan's style template, which is neat. I mean, he just created this himself, and then just set up this little opt-in box to go straight to his sales page. It's just a setting in Aweber. So that's a great idea. I like that. How does that converting for you, by the way, Scott? Are you getting signups? Are you getting leads that way? I mean, I would be interested in knowing how that works for you. Okay, 40% opt-in rate. Awesome. Okay, solo ads. Any of those convert yet to an MLSP signup? Yes or no? Oh, more questions down here. Yes. Okay, cool. No. Yes, no. Okay. Yeah, if it's 40%. Okay. Yeah, conversions. If you guys are having trouble converting, I don't know your situation, Scott, so this isn't directed to you necessarily, but I will tell you this from past experience. The only way that I'm able to convert people into MLSP, honestly, I mean, I get random signups every once in a while. Trust me, I do. But it's picking up the phone and calling them. Now, I don't see a lot of questions in here, so if you guys want me to go over what I do, raise your hand on that, because I can, kind of show you some really good ways to, and I may have done this before in the past, but if I get enough people to raise their hand, then I will definitely go over what I do when I get an MLSP lead, especially if there's no phone number. So raise your hand if you want me to go over that. Okay, cool. Okay, most of you do. The other ones can take a little nap at this point, but I will show you what I do. So if I come in here and I click on my leads, I do this, try to do this every single day. The beauty of the business where it's at now, I get people that are calling me. That's what this whole thing is about, attraction marketing. That's what you want to shoot for. That's what you want to happen, guys. You want people to be calling you to where you're never having to call a lead, and that's where my game has gotten to. But in the beginning, it was not there, okay? So what I do is I would typically take Yo Mama. That one's probably not real. But since I don't have a phone number here, let's try one that's real. Okay, well, here's Colin. He left me a phone number. Nobody take that phone number. But what I would do is I would come over here in the very, very beginning, guys, when I didn't know what to say. I would actually come over here into, I had trouble finding this last time. I think it's under, let's see, training library. No, it's not under training library, guys. Scratch that. It's under marketing strategies. Yep. Okay, it's under marketing strategies. And if you go down here under prospecting, you can go to follow-up and closing right here. And there's a great little template that I used to use in the very beginning. So an example would be, and this is great. If you guys didn't know this, in fact, I'm doing the live prospecting call next Thursday, but these are great to listen to. Joe, this is just listening to him do role play with guys on the call and also live prospecting. He's actually live lead calling, and this is awesome, awesome, awesome. And this one right here, this Jeffrey Combs thing, amazing also. But I do have some in here. I just don't know where it's at. But next Thursday, I'm going to be doing one, so it'd be fun if you guys were on there. So anyways, I just would use these little scripts right here. Here's a script for a voicemail. I would try not to read this as you're leaving the voicemail, but I mean, at first you might have to. It's okay. At least get past it, get comfortable with it, and you'll start spitting it out on your own. So what I end up saying is something along the lines like, hey Bob, I'm just getting back with you. Well, no, let's back up. If I'm doing a live call, I would say, is Bob there? And Bob would say, yes. And I would say, well, hey, this is Michelle. I saw that I usually give my last name. I saw that you opted into my page on learning how to generate more leads online. Is that correct? And I wait for him to come back. And usually just from there, they would start talking to me and telling me what's going on, what they're up to, where they're struggling. If they don't and they say, yes, that's correct, or no, I don't remember, I'll go, I'll ask them. I'm going to go, well, it looks like you did. So what specifically are you looking for? And I talk about that a lot. And that's usually all you have to do. And they're going to just unload from there. And then you go from into that and you tell them, well, listen, did you watch the presentation on MLSP, on My Lead System Pro at this web address? If they haven't, go, I tell you what, let me send it to you because I want you to watch it. And let's set a time to get back with you. What time can you watch it at? When do you think you can get this done? Those are the kind of things you need to ask, and then call them back. Now, if they watched it, then you just ask them, what did you like most about it? It's a system that I've used. For you guys that maybe have not had success yet, just throw in there and say something like, I've got a business partner who's built a 6-figure business in 6 months. She just used MLSP alone. It's a great system. And then just talk about what you like about the system. Dive into the fact that they have a lot of training in there. And then from there, you never know. I mean, you can start coaching them from there. A lot of times I find out people are struggling in the industry. They don't have an upline that supports them. And that's when you start talking about your primary and what you can offer them, provided, you've got a solid business. So that's what I would say to them if I'm calling them. But, if I cannot call them, all I do is I take their email and, I open up my email here and do a new message. I blind CC a bunch of people that I don't have phone numbers for, and I pretend like, it's like a phone call, but I just say the same thing. I just go out and say, hey, hey there, I didn't have your phone number, but I saw you opted into my page, to learn how to generate leads online. Do you have any kinds of questions? I might ask them a question like, what primary business are you building, or are you in a home-based business? Kind of engage in conversation with them, as if, they're going to answer right then and there. And let them know, because it'll give them a reason to respond back. But let them know, hey, I'm here. Take a look at the presentation again if you haven't. Give them a little story about the back office, what it is you like about MLSP, and then send off the email. Probably about every 10 that I send out, I get 1 response back if you guys need some numbers on it. But it's all about being consistent with that, guys, and that's how you're going to start getting people into the system, getting on the phone with them, and getting them into your primary business. All right, so let's see. Okay, there we go. Somebody just said, and I'm not going to call you out on this, but here's the total break. You do all this hard work, guys. You build this nice, solid foundation. You get a beautiful capture page up. You've customized it. You've got your system working. You're finally generating leads, and you don't call them. Now, why would you do that? Why would you not call them? Okay, probably because maybe, I don't know, is it because you don't have time? Okay, well, don't, read my last blog post, about making excuses. Make time. It does not take that long. Are you afraid? The only way to get over calling leads, let me just tell you, I thought I could build this business without ever calling a lead. I hated it. I did not want to call leads. It just sucked. I was always uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say. I felt stupid. I felt like I wouldn't. What if they ask me a question I can't answer? Who cares? Just start doing it. In my my high ticket business, the reason why I made so many sales is because I busted out phone calls every single day. For 2 weeks straight, I made myself do it every single day, and I started making those 1K commissions fast. And that's what you have to do. So once you build this beautiful business, you finally are getting what you've been looking for. So many people say, oh, I don't have leads, I can't get leads. But when you finally get them, you gotta call them, guys. You have to call them. That's the biggest difference in this business, is calling your leads. And if they've sat there longer than a day, I guarantee you they've probably opted in to somebody out there like myself, Ray Higdon, David Wood, whoever, that are aggressive, and they're going to pick up the phone and they're going to call them, and you're going to have lost that sale. You have to call them within 24 hours. You just have to do it, because think about when you're online and how if you're out there researching, trying to find a way to build your business, what are you doing? You're opting into pages. You're trying to find a solution. You're trying to find answers, guys. So you are not the only person that struggling person is opting into. You are not the only page. So you've got to beat everybody else to the punch. Get in there, get on the phone, offer them a solution, and close them. So that's why it's important to call your leads. Let's see. So I found, okay, I mean, you can reveal that. I think Scott's telling us that there's a way to get a website approved through Facebook and never have to go to a fan page. Yeah, I mean, you can reveal that. I've never had a problem, only a few, getting an outside URL approved. I have not, I don't have an issue with that, but maybe some people on this call do, and I'm just not aware of it. My reasoning, go ahead and let us know, Scott, but my reasoning behind doing a landing tab is because if they land on my outside URL, guys, so if they go outside of Facebook, they have the option to not opt in. If they land here on my fan page because of an ad that I've created, they see a picture of me. They see maybe I'm inviting, I look friendly, I'm not going to scare them off. They can check out who I am. They can look on my wall. They can see that I've interacted with a bunch of people. I'm in the game. I'm having fun with people. They are more likely going to go ahead and click like. They can still decide if they want to opt in. Even if they don't opt in, I still have 4,300 fans, which I can't highlight it for some reason, 4,329 fans, plus a list of over 3,000. But I've got these guys right here on my fan page, and I might be able to actually awaken them at some point along their journey. Maybe right now they don't need me, but they're intrigued by what I do. Maybe they aren't right now, haven't discovered what it is I'm doing and how I can help them. But as the way this system works and the viral nature of Facebook, I've had people now come to me and all of a sudden be like, wow, I see you all over the place. Yeah, I didn't realize you're such the Facebook expert, blah, 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 blah. That's why I use those landing tabs right here. It's cool. It gives them a chance to opt in. I'm going to get a fan, and I can still communicate with them, through updates or on my fan page, and not have to lose them at the outside URL when I could have possibly have somewhat kept them at least as a fan. So that's my theory behind why I actually do keep those Facebook ads inside. Take the ads and I promote inside Facebook. Let's see. Okay, somebody was just saying that they got 2 ads approved today, much faster than when I started. Awesome, Leland. I love to hear that. Let me know how it goes, and let me know what kind of conversions you're getting, what kind of click-through rates. I definitely want to know that. Let's see. Before I get my ads approved, I send it to my fan page. Once approved, I change it in the rotator to my desired site. Okay. That's a pretty awesome tool, guys. So what he's doing, and Scott, you can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but what he's doing is he's using something called Hyper Tracker. And let me see if I can just pull him on the call. It'd just be a lot easier than me trying to do this, Scott. Are you there, Scott? Hello? I think he's trying to get his, hey. Yeah. Can you hear Scott? Okay. Go ahead, Scott. Why don't you explain it? Because I was just thinking I would start, but then I might miss something and we could go back and forth. So yeah, that's awesome. I like to hear that, and this might help a lot of people out. So you're using Hyper Tracker, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So you're actually not putting 2 links in there right at first to rotate. And I'll explain to you guys in a second what he means exactly. You're just putting 1 link in there right now. Is that, and then once it's approved, you change it, okay, to the outside. That's an awesome idea. I like that. So maybe that's a way, guys, if you're just really having a lot of problems, because there are some capture pages, and I would totally agree that Dagans are hard to get approved. That's why I actually did, when we were promoting Maximum Leverage, I actually did the landing tabs on my fan page. But that's an awesome tip. So I'm going to explain to everybody what this Hyper Tracker is. And great. That's awesome, Scott. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so what he's using, this is a link rotator, guys. You can do the free version. You're only allowed to create so many campaigns, but if you're just doing it for this, it's okay. So what a link rotator is sometimes, for the example for me is I do co-op sometimes. So if somebody pays me like 25 bucks, I'll run their MLSP system campaign in with my system campaign, and it'll rotate the link. So every time somebody clicks on the link that HyperTracker creates, they'll either get my page one day or one click, the next click will be the other page, and it just goes back and forth. It's just a link rotator. So what he does is he creates an actual campaign, and all you do is you put a campaign ID. Do something really short because it's going to be in your URL. So, you would do something like, FB or something if you want to do Facebook. Call it Facebook. You don't have to do all this other stuff, guys. Don't worry about it so much. But what he's doing is, here's where it says enter target URL. He's putting in the Facebook page first. So he's taking one of these tabs right here. Like here's mine. And this is a great idea because I can't get this approved, actually, my Facebook training approved outside. So you would just... But I've got it approved on the inside of Facebook. So you would just copy that URL and you would put it right here, and then you would create the campaign, and then what you would do, I don't know if I can because I have too many campaigns. Oh wait, let's see. I don't have the paid version here. Okay, yeah, I can't create 3 or more, so let's just look what I have right now. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. What happens is when you create it, let's see, edit. It's going to give you, oh, here it is. It's going to give you a special URL, stats, right here, URL for tracking. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's it. It's going to give you a special URL, copy, and that's what you're going to use in the Facebook ad, is whatever they give you here. Then once it's approved, like he's saying, it's like if I were to actually paste that here, this was a rotate. Oh, it's not reachable anymore. Okay. So once this is approved, he just comes in here and edits this campaign. And that's sneaky. See, you can get around Facebook. And then you just come in and put the URL that you want, because you can change in here. You can put as many target URLs in here, but it's still going to always keep that same URL that HyperTracker created. So that's a great idea. I'm going to actually have to try that today on my Facebook Marketing Overload course. So that's a great example, Scott. I really appreciate that, and hopefully you guys understand that. If you run into that problem, that's a great option. All right. Finding keywords. Okay. All right, one of, somebody was mentioning that they're having trouble finding keywords for Facebook. First of all, when it comes to, oh, that's Megan. She's ready. Ignore. Yeah, okay. So what he's talking about is he's having trouble coming up with things to target. My best advice on that, I don't really have to show you my ads, but I mean, what I do want to tell you is my best advice on that is to test. I mean, if you're all kind of doing the same thing I'm doing, where you're running an ad looking for, struggling network marketers out there, let's see. You always want to just target other gurus out there. That's the best. I don't say go for companies. I've given my reason behind why not target a company, but to actually go after and just start targeting other people out there. And there's the obvious ones like Jonathan Budd, but you're going to pay a lot of money. Sometimes you may not. It just depends how many people are running ads and how many people are targeting all the people that like Jonathan Budd. I would go, where did I see a list? I know where I saw. There's a guy named mattmorris.com. Okay, so Matt Morris has a actual, I'm going to have to find it, and maybe I can find it real quick and post all the link. These are all his motivational posts, where he lists all the top 100 speakers, and that's sometimes you can just go off of that list and just start looking for those people in Facebook. But I would definitely try to go after people that are hot right now. You know, there's always Frank Kern, but that's expensive. Jonathan Budd's expensive too. Sometimes she's not. You know, you could go after like your Robert Allens. Kiyosaki tends to be oversaturated right now. I used to get really low clicks on him. But those are the kind of targets. There's so many out there, guys. Yeah, these are all his motivational ones. You know, he may not have it in here anymore. Wait, maybe it's, you know what, I think it's under his blog. Yeah, I think we're in there. I will try to find that. I would, you know, that would be really cool to have a big list, you know, where we just kind of compiled it. But then again, it's like one of those things, once you get, you know, your own list and you start telling everybody, then they're targeting the same thing. It doesn't, it just, you're competing, and then you're, you know, going up against other people, and your cost per click comes high. But you can look there. You know, I don't know why. Maybe we could do this top 100 internet marketing speakers. Wait, top 100 internet marketing speakers. Maybe somebody has something. I don't know about this one. But yeah, I would Google. Yeah, well, there's Frank Kern. Hang on, guys, 1 second. I need to tell my daughter something, so you're going to hear silence. Hang on. Bill's on his way. Oh, crap, what? Okay, can you call Bill, or do you not do you have his number? Okay, I'll call him. Just tell the lady at the front desk that, okay? That to tell Bill. Okay, all right, okay. Bye. Okay, guys, hang on 1 second. Let's see. Hey, Megan needs to stay later for a test, so come back. Okay. Bye. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. That was actually an important call I had to take from my child, so good thing I answered. I ignored her 3 times. Okay, yeah, so this might be a good one. You know, just do a little research. You know, I don't know. I haven't heard of some of these guys, but you guys might have. Maybe if we get closer down to, you know, the top speakers, you know, you could look at something like that. But, you know, just test it. You got to just keep testing to try to find, you know, that is always a tough one on who to target, but, you know, definitely get creative on it. Yeah, I am recording this, so I'll get this out in our group. Let's see. I need a list of gurus you have to Somebody needs my list. Yeah, no, I would definitely, you know, Google right here, like we talked about the top 100 speakers. So that's right, you can't see my screen. All right, let's see. All right. Existing ads now without having to refer. Yeah, no. Somebody's asking how we talked about doing the actual. Let me make sure you guys. Okay, you guys raise your hand just to make sure I heard an echo. Can you hear me? Okay, if you can, raise your hand. Okay, cool. All right, thanks, guys. All right, so somebody was just asking if we go in and we edit an ad to, you know, swap out that URL. Yeah, you're going to have to get it reapproved. Never, 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 ever, you know, go in and edit an ad unless you want it to not get approved for some reason. Once it's approved, leave it. Yesterday, I switched off of the person I was targeting. So what I did was I didn't edit the ad. I created a new ad, put in the new person I wanted to target, and then once that got approved, I paused the old ad. The reason why is because if they decide they don't want to approve it all along, then I have no ad running at all. So that's why it's real important to make sure that you always, always create a new ad instead of trying to edit your own, and create it to however you want to change it. That's the best way to do that. Let's see. All right, so I do not, you guys go ahead, we're getting down to the end of this hour, and I don't, if you guys have some more questions, let's go ahead and go over that, and I'll finish answering those for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are just getting your MLSP set up that are on here, and that's okay. I mean, it's good for you to get exposed to this because you might get in the position where you want to ask some questions on the next webinar, but I'm going to be doing these every Tuesday, and just to clarify, it will be at noon Central Time, so that's 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific, and I have no idea what Mountain Standard Time is, so you guys can figure that out, but I will be doing these every Tuesday. But this was definitely a good webinar. I'll get this back up. I've been posting all my past webinars on my blog under webinars, and then I'll also post this in our MLSP Facebook group. And if you guys ever have any signups and you want to, leverage that, and you want to add them into our, you think it'll be beneficial for them to be in our Facebook group, just, MLSP Team Mastermind, just let me know or have them request it. You may be able, I don't know if you can add them in or not. But yeah, I mean, let's get them in here. I mean, there's no reason, why they can't be a part of this, and you leverage me to help them out also if you want them in here, because sometimes that's really helpful for a lot of you guys. I know this is really what unites. I mean, I do it for, all my stuff, my newest team, my global, well, this was mine, but Mark kind of hijacked it from me, and now it's everybody. The 90-day challenge, Biz Builder Challenge, I do this. This is, I thought this would be a great idea to really get people to step up their game and do what I know works. It makes people accountable. It's fun to create groups like this. I know a couple of you guys already on this call have done this also, and it's fun because, I mean, you're out there, telling, getting people, what works. Like, I know what works in my mind, and I can tell you guys all day long what works, but if I know that from past experience that if I don't stick it out there and make it a challenge, or, we're not interacting or keep holding each other accountable, it's not going to get done. So this is a great thing. All we're doing is, posting, a blog post or a video every single day. We just got to get content out there, and we've got specifics on, how we're doing that. And, I put that in the document section here. So these, leverage, stuff like this, especially if maybe you create one for yourself. I know Darren's created one for himself too. If you guys have my Facebook Marketing Overload course, make sure you get in here. I try to add everybody in here, but if you're not in here already, get in here, because this is a really good way in the very beginning to get 25 likes really quickly, so you can change your URL so you don't have that long, drawn out URL with numbers and stuff. So that's really helpful. And if there's not any more questions, let me go back and look at that. Let's see. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Something about, Leland, I'm not sure what you mean by that question. It's hard to get images to take once. I've tried to do that before. I'm not sure what that is. If you want to re-specify that, or just get with me after the webinar, I can answer that. But that is all I have, guys. If you don't have any more questions, I will go ahead and, let's see. Yep, I'll go ahead and get this recording stopped, get it all rendered and uploaded, so those of you that are on here that happen to miss it in the beginning, you guys can get on here and re-watch it. But that is all I got, guys. So everybody have a fabulous day. If you are on my team, also remember my newest team that I'm going to start those webinars every Thursday. If you're on my Global Resorts team, we do those webinars every Monday night. If you're just on my MLSP team, you can find me here too. So let's go implement some things, start generating leads, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.